Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl Decenta, who loves things all on sale, and on the channel we talk about everything that does not break the bank. If that sounds like something you're interested in, come on in, come on in. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we are talking about how to thrift shop like a pro, and pretty much how I got started in thrifting. So let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so I have been thrifting for a little bit over 8 years now, so I kind of call myself a pro at thrifting. But how I actually got into thrifting, so in 2018 we moved from our home state to Dallas, Texas, and before we moved we sold everything, our car, a lot of clothes. I gave away a lot of clothes. We kind of just packed up and we were like headed to Dallas. And so when I got to Dallas, I didn't have any clothes, and you know, with moving, everyone knows that's like a big expense, and so I didn't want to go out and like buy new clothes. So I kind of gave myself a budget, and I went to a thrift store in Texas and I was hooked. I rarely shop in retail. Like, I was hooked from the minute I stepped into Texas thrift. I was hooked on thrifting. It was just the excitement of finding quality pieces that can last a lifetime. And so that's pretty much, I'm missing some parts here and there, but that's pretty much how I actually got into thrifting. We moved, I needed to save, and that's basically how I did it, thrifting, and I never looked back. And here we are, almost 8 years, and I'm still thrifting and I just love it. So yeah, I kind of wanted to let you guys know on that, because I don't think I've actually sat down and talked with you guys on how I got started with thrifting. So yeah, that is, you know, a small, very short story of how I got into thrifting. And then yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, break down on how you can thrift like a pro if you're into that, or if you're trying to get into that. Just some tips that I have picked up along the way. So the first things first is, and I have my notebook here, y'all, because you remember I said that I was going to be, you know, very specific and very detailed in 2025, and so here we are with notes. Hey. All right, so first things first is find your style. So you guys know that I am, you know, a little bit, I'm still in postpartum. I'm like a year and some change out, and I have been, I'm sorry y'all, this eyelash is giving me so much trouble.
2 hours later.
All right, so the first tip that I would have is find your style, or kind of know your style. You guys know that I am a little bit over a year postpartum, and I am in a place where I am trying to find my style in the body that I'm in right now. And sometimes that varies just depending on like my inspiration. So go into the thrift store kind of knowing what style you want to shop for. Now, some ways that I find, you know, my style is, you know, influencers. When I am on social media, I don't go up there a lot, but I do like my favorite, you know, influencers. I do follow them and get inspiration. Also Pinterest, you know, Pinterest is my go-to with like finding styles to fit every body type. So that is definitely a must for me. Also, like with like TV shows, like I love watching Martin, and I don't know if you guys ever paid attention to Gina and Pam's outfit wardrobe. It was like chef kiss. Okay, like I love their style. I love Tracy Ross. You know, celebrities, you can look to see, you know, your favorite celebrity, or if you have a celebrity, or if you, whatever you call them, you know, somebody you look up to, Michelle Obama. Yeah, just find like different people that you can relate to far as style. Also, like I said, television, also movies like Sex and the City. They have fashion icons like Chef Kiss, Carrie Bradshaw. Love, love, love that most. And also I follow Simply Cura, and she talks about like how styling and like how to find your style. She really breaks it down. She has like a low and a high like fashion ratio of where you can purchase low end and high end clothing. So definitely, if you are not following her, she is Chef's Kiss. Okay, so yeah, that would be number two. It would be set a thrift shopping goal. Okay, especially if you are starting out. I can go in a thrift store and I can kind of zoom in and just find whatever I'm looking for. If you are starting out, I would highly suggest of breaking down the sections. I wouldn't go in a thrift store and try to look everywhere. It's definitely going to be overwhelming. So by sections, I mean, for me, my favorite sections and the sections that I go to the most is jewelry, purses, and the men's department. Those three are my favorite to go to right away. If I'm going to a new thrift store, I'm going to the purses, I'm going to the jewelry, and I'm definitely hitting up the men department. Now you can hit up another department. You can hit up the kids department, or you can hit up the home decor department, or you can hit up the jacket department. There's so many departments. You can hit up the athletic department. So pick a section of the thrift store, because believe me, if you're walking in a thrift store with no goal, you are going to get overwhelmed. Like, you're gonna get overwhelmed, and we're not trying to start a thrift trip with you getting overwhelmed. So definitely make sure that you have a goal in mind of what you're coming there for, or what you have an idea that you want to thrift. And then if you're just going just to go, just go ahead and give yourself 2 to 3 sections that you are going to stay in and just look. That's how you find those gems, is taking your time with each section, because the thrift stores are not going anywhere. They're going to be there. So you're not going to be able to get everything in one day, and you don't want to get everything in one day, because you have to leave. Well, that's going to be on my other tip, but yes, that will be my second one. Set a goal for your thrift trip, and don't try to tackle the whole thrift store, because you're going to get overwhelmed. All right, third tip. Let's see what the third tip is. Okay, so the third tip would be, what are some, well, this is like a question and then I'm going to answer it. So where to thrift at? Okay, so depending on your location, thrift stores are going to be named different. They're not going to be the same type of thrift stores. Some thrift stores that I thrift at: Goodwill, Value Village. I shop at some antique shops that are local here. I shop anywhere, actually. Honestly, I pull up my Google and I put in thrift stores. So I don't, the only thrift stores that I don't like is the ones that smell. I have a weak stomach, and my nose, because I can't see really good, I don't have 20/20, I wear glasses. So because I can't see, my nose is super sensitive and strong. I can smell anything a mile away. And so one thing that I don't do is smelly thrift stores. I know that's just me and my preference. But sometimes I do wear masks, but if I could smell it, like, it's gonna turn me off, and I'm just not, it's not going to be a good thrift trip for me. I'm going to be in and out real quick. But just be mindful of, the type of thrift stores that you shop in. Salvation Army. There is one in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't know the name, but they actually give back to the community. Certain thrift stores, they have a strong mission behind them, so definitely look at that. I know one gives back to the women's shelter. Yeah, so definitely check that out. So you can thrift, you know, anywhere that has a thrift store. Just look up thrift boutiques, and then you can find where to thrift. What to wear when shopping. So depending on the weather, so let's just say it's cold outside, and I've told you this before on a previous video. So if it's cold outside, you want to wear tights and a fitted shirt with a maybe a hoodie or a sweatsuit, not a sweatsuit but a sweatshirt over it. And the reason why is because some thrift stores, they do not have fitting rooms, and some thrift stores, which is gonna actually lead to my other point, but we could just make this like a whole point here, is that some thrift stores you can't return things. So I'll just hit on it briefly. I'll just make that another bullet point. So fitted, so the things that I would wear is fitted leggings, tights, if it's winter time, and yeah, a fitted shirt and a pullover, something that you can try on the clothes easily. And then if it's summer, you can wear like biker shorts, or you can wear a dress, something that you can that you're not going to get irritated with quick, because you're, you know, skimming the racks. And so, you know, certain clothing, you have to tussle with it a little bit, so you want to definitely make sure that you're comfortable. So definitely keep in mind of that. And you know, if your thrift stores don't have fitting rooms, just make sure that you're wearing something that you can slip on and try on really easy there. So going to my fifth tip, that is know your thrift store return policy. And that comes along with like wearing the right things so you can fit it, so you can try them on, because some thrift stores you can't return things. So you want to check for zippers. It's a zipper miss, you know, the garments, the seams in the garments, the coats. You want to examine all of your thrift finds. Even if your thrift store you know, accepts returns, you still want to do this, because who wants to go back to the thrift store and return something because it was defective? So make sure that you're checking your thrift clothes before you're purchasing it, because you know the policy may, you know, final sale. So you don't want to be stuck with something that you're gonna have to fix and add more money to your thrift find. So that's super important. Before you go into the store, check the policy, make that, and also check for, you know, any holes, any tears, any wears, you know, just check it. So I think this is the fifth tip here is y'all, I know you may not think this is a tip, but this is really a tip. When you see other people thrifting, comment on, you know, them, and let them know that they have found, you know, a really good item. You know, I feel like that is like contribute to building like a thrifting karma. With like, I know I do it all the time. Just a couple of days ago I went thrifting with my niece, and there was this lady, and I don't know, I think people, because I have my camera out, I think people think that I'm just like a professional and I know what I'm doing, which I do. But she asked me, and I seen this skirt, y'all, and I did not purchase the skirt because I didn't have anything to wear with it. But she purchased a skirt, and I looked at her, I was like, oh my God, I was gonna get that skirt. I said, that skirt is gorgeous. And she was like, yeah, I know, I'm trying to find a shirt. And I was like, oh, well, I will wear XYZ with it. And then she, you know, she went on, and then she came back to me maybe about 5 minutes later, and she found a shirt, and she was like, okay, what do you think about this? Can I wear this with that? And it was just so good to like help somebody else out in the thrift store, and just like, you know, giving people, you know, that extra confidence that they need while shopping. I feel like that is like a thrifting karma that comes back around, because you want to make sure that you're getting timeless pieces, you know, at the thrift store. You want to make sure, you know how to style them, or you have something in your closet that you can style it with. And so I would say that would be my fifth tip, is just compliment other shoppers that are in the store. You never know what anyone is going through. You never know the reason why they are thrifting. And I just feel like it adds like an extra confidence to them of just like, oh, okay, I am doing something like this, you know. It just makes them feel good. And I'm all about making others feel good, no matter where you're at. You can be in the Louis Vuitton store, or you could be in the Dollar Tree. You know, I'm just that type of person where, you know, I'm gonna compliment you. I'm gonna, if you're looking good, what you have, if you're picking out something that I think that is really nice, I'm gonna compliment. Like, that's just who I am as a person. And I think that this tip is just very helpful for other thrift shoppers amongst the store. So yeah, that would definitely be my favorite. One of my favorite tips would be to, you know, compliment other thrifters. So moving on, so number 6, I would say carry a tie-dye pen with you. So, you know, most or some pieces at the thrift store, they do have stains in them. So if you carry a tie-dye and you mark it and that stain kind of comes off, you know for sure if you take it home and wash it, it's gonna come out. Now if it's not coming out once you know, hit it with the tie pen, if it's not coming out, you want to leave those clothing, you know, in the store, because it's going to be hard for you to get the stains out. So every whatever item you find and it has a stain, that doesn't automatically mean, oh my god, I can't get this. Like, especially if it's like a really nice piece that you're really wanting, I feel like, yeah, I feel like you can work around it if you have that tie-dye pen, not tie-dye, if you have that tied pen. You can definitely see if it's gonna lift, and if it does, you know, you can bring it home and it's not gonna affect, you know, your thrift buy. So that would be my 6th tip. And then my 7th tip is, don't be greedy. If you pick up a thrift, if you pick up a nice shirt and you're thinking to yourself, okay, do I have anything in my closet to wear with this? If the answer is no, would this be comfortable? XYZ. If the answer is no, should I just get this because it's cheap? If the answer is yes, like, I feel like, don't be greedy. Leave things for other people to find, especially if you know that you're not gonna wear it multiple times. Y'all, you don't want the thrift guys to get upset with you, okay? You don't want to be greedy. You don't want to get everything, you know. I used to work at Target, and we used to salvage a lot of things, and then they would go to Goodwill. I think they have some type of partnership. So, you know, when you see like multiple items on the rack, especially from Target, like, some people would just take all of them and just resell them. And I feel like that is why the thrifting industry is like borderline getting so big that it's kind of like deterring other people from shopping, because the prices are so high now. And I talked about this in another video, but I do believe like being greedy and just like, especially for the resellers, like, just leave things for others, you know, especially if you know, ask yourself, is this comfortable? How many times can I wear this? Do I have something in my closet to fit this? Am I just buying this just to buy it? Like, don't do that, you know. Leave things for others. Like, that's not cool, you know. Let's be fair all around. Oh, this is my last one, and I think this is number 7. I think 7 or 8. The best time to go thrifting. This is like debatable, but for me, I'll just say for me, because I mean, anytime is a good time to thrift shop, but for me is, I don't like crowds and I don't like lines. So I normally go to the thrift store when they open, and I normally go on weekdays because it's just less crowded. Now, have I been to the thrift store on a weekend? Yes, I have. Have I stayed there long? No, I have not. But I just feel like picking, just picking your times can be very crucial. If you're starting out, I think a slow paced store with not a lot of people, so you don't get overwhelmed, which is going to be on a weekday, early in the weekday. But also, like, people work and people have jobs, so you may not be able to go, but you can also go after, like maybe 5 or 6, go after. I don't think they close until like 7, 8. Some close at 9 as well. So don't forget, you know, after you you get off work, you can go on the weekdays. But by all means, thrift when you have the energy, when you are full, when you have, you know, drink your water, mind your business. Like, go thrift. It's not really a particular time. That's just when I go. But you can definitely go on the weekends. A lot of people say don't go on sale days. I don't know when the sale day is. I don't, like, I go to so many different thrift stores. I don't know what's a sale day. So, you know, if you want to go thrifting on that day, go on that day, because you may find some gems. As y'all seen in my Texas thrift haul, I went on, it was a Christmas, like a weekend Christmas, and they had 50% off the whole store no matter what. Yes, I'm gonna shop. So yeah, that was one of the things. But yeah, y'all, I wanted to make this video. I hope you guys got some gems from this video. I didn't want to make it super long, but I hope you guys did get some gems here. I just wanted to tell you how I got into thrifting and just some, you know, tips on how you can get into thrifting, and if you are curious about thrifting, how you can, like, you know, work your way up in the thrifting community. These tips have really helped me throughout the years, and I hope that they help you. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.